Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
It's Kristie J from the Chisholm Report. You're tuned in to Hot 702.5.
This is Hot 702.5. This is Kristen Gamer, and you are tuned into my mom, Kristie J.
It's Kristie J from the Chisholm Report. You're tuned in to Hot 702.5. Come talk shit and politics with Kristie J from the Chisholm Report every Saturday at 10 a.m. on hot7025fm.com.
Yeah, election time's coming. Who you gonna vote for? Yeah, if I was president, I'd get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, yeah. Instead of spending billions on the war, I can use that money so I can feed the poor. 'Cause I know some so poor. When it rains, that's when they shower, scream and fight the power. That's when the vulture devours. If I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, yeah. I know some soldiers that sleep but they can't dream. Wake up with screams, sounds of M16. So take this medal of honor for your bravery. I wish you the best, kid. You and your family. If I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, but the radio won't play this. They call it rebel music. How can you refuse it? Children of Moses, tell the children the truth. It's not all that bling that's diamond. Tell them the truth. Most of y'all wear cubic zirconian. Tell them the truth, yeah. Your soul is worth more than diamonds.
If I was president, all blacks, I had reparation, no segregation, feed the nation so there's no famine. Muslims, Jews, Christians, with all hold hands every week on the beach. Party by the sand, word up, take trips on Air Force One. Don't need to bring the homeless with no sneaks to Air Force One. Better schools in the hood, better teachers for the classes, making money, paying no tax. Find the best scientists, tell them come up with an answer. I want the cure for AIDS and cancer, but I gotta watch my back. Snipers on the hill with the steel, waiting to J.F.
I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, I feel the rain coming. Let me play my guitar for them right now.
Let's go.
Refugees. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. This is the Chisholm Report, and you are in with Kristie J every Saturday at 10 a.m. I want to thank you guys for coming in and talking shit and politics with me. Thank you guys for always coming in. I have 3 questions for you for today, okay? So make sure that you put them in the comments, all right? First question is, who, and I'm going to just jump into this because we got stuff to do, okay? So first question, who do you believe benefits the least and the most from your taxes and government programs? Okay, that's the first question. Second question, if they're going to make abortion and other methods illegal, would it be okay for us to charge men who get women pregnant without their consent assault or slavery or imprisonment? I would want to hear what you have to say about that. And third question for today is, what do you think about Target's Pride clothing line that they did for the children? Let's see what happens in these comments with these questions, people. All right, so first I want to go here. We have Juneteenth coming up next month. And when I tell you that I'm always looking for events and always looking for like just knowledge about my people, fellowship with my people, and I was told that this organization has been putting on a Juneteenth program for over 20 years. And it baffled me because I hadn't heard about it, okay? I watched videos the other night on their events. It looked amazing. There was kids, there were families, it was music, it was food, it was everything, okay? And I cannot wait to be able to be a part of this celebration. So for Juneteenth, on June the 17th, from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Expo, it's at the World Market Center. That is 435 South Grand Central Parkway. Okay, it's free admission. There's free food. There is free parking. There will be live music, vendors, food trucks, special guests. If you guys are not familiar with the group 702, we all grew up on it. Girl, you want me to stay so we can play this little game we play. I cannot wait to be able to reach back into my childhood and listen to the music and things like that. So you guys come out and be a part. This is hosted by the Rainbow Dream Academy, which is a great scholar program for your pre-K and kindergartners. That school is amazing. Okay, I know that they pay for the kids' uniforms there. They never have to worry about that. They just had a program where they had Marshawn Lynch out there, and he was giving out happy bags, not Easter bags, and they just always have something going on with the kids. My son went there for his kindergarten year. He loved it, and I want you guys to be able to know the programs that are in our community that are reaching out to our people and trying our best to be able to be the best role models that we can. And this is a great example. So you guys come out June 17th, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the World Market Center. And you have no excuses. It's free admission and free parking. Okay, we go everywhere else, okay? And y'all were out and about for St. Patty's Day. I don't want to hear nothing, okay? So make sure you guys come out to this event. It's a big deal, and I'm going to be there. I also want to give some resources out to you guys. And the resources are this: the Jet Foundation is doing their monthly resource fair and food distributing. That will be that morning of June 17th. They do it every month. So if you look up Jet Foundation, you'll see that they have a date for each month where they are giving out food and resources. This starts at 10 a.m. and this goes to 12 p.m. Just so, like I said, Las Vegas, Juneteenth Festival, tell them that Kristie J from Hot 702.5 sent you. And also Jet Foundation earlier that day from 10 to 12 with food distributing and resource fair. Tell them that Kristie J from the Hot 702.5 sent you, okay? And I get these resources from a group that's on Facebook. It is the Las Vegas Valley Community Resource. One of the admin is Miss Bonita Faye, which is amazing woman. If you don't know her background, she has books about her life, and she is an amazing woman. Please go to this group on Facebook and add yourself if you're looking for resources, if you're looking for resources for other people, or if you are a person that is rendering resources. That would be great to be a part of the community. Okay, so just so we can go ahead and get started. Like I said, I had 3 questions for you guys, and I'm going to speak on the 3 questions really quickly, but I want your answers. Please engage. And anybody that I speak about, please tag their ass to the feed, okay? So the first question I had was, who do you feel benefits the most or the least from America's tax dollars and government programs, okay? So with the debt that's coming up with them trying to lock down the debt, we are to June 5th before we are past due, okay? And every state is trying to figure out their budget right now, so it's difficult for us to be able to know what's happening all over the country, but I'm going to tell you what's happening here in Las Vegas. So with that being said, who doesn't benefit would be middle class. Middle class, they get nothing. So they make too much money to get any additional assistance like housing assistance, food assistance, medical, or anything of that nature, right? And then then on top of that, we are the highest taxed, okay? So they're taking more money from us than they do from millionaires. And we are barely making it with no resources. And then when they do give resources out, they give it to the corporations that they just gave the big tax breaks to. So I just say that the government is basically abusing regular citizens, and that's not fair, okay? That's why you have to be involved, and you have to go vote, and you have to not just vote, but you have the opportunity to be able to put what you want on the ballot. You have to be influenced. You have to influence people, and you have to be motivated to make sure that you are doing the best for your community. So that's the first question. I wonder how you feel about it. With that being said, the things that they're trying to cut the Republicans are trying to cut in that debt is they don't want to put any more money into housing, vet benefits. Just wait till I finish this. No vet benefits. They want to cut Social Security, food assistance, child care assistance, grants, scholarships for kids in a lower income, and women's health care. Okay, so what I say about they want to cut that is they don't want to have to pay for a family that lives in a ghetto or lives in a project, and she never gets a job, and she never gets any additional income coming in, and she just stays in that unit. Housing it's supposed to be a program to help you get on your feet, not a program that you stay all the way in. So that's the first thing. If you got a problem with it, call in 702-551-5261. Veteran benefits. Veterans, if you are a Republican and you are listening to this, please open your eyes that they are willing to pay for your wars and your weapons, but they said, screw you. Forget your medical. Forget the benefits that you are supposed to get because you spared your life for this country. Okay, and that's ridiculous. Social Security, if you are an older person and you are a Republican and you saw these people walk out of this out of the chamber this week to be able to say they were going to take money away from old people, it's not like you can go get a job. It's not like you can go shake your ass at the strip club. There is nothing that you can do other than the fixed income that you have or whatever you have saved up from retirement, but they are trying to cut that. Food assistance. Just to kind of give y'all an idea of food assistance, EBT, let's say if a person that is getting EBT gets $500 monthly and it's split between 2 people for 30 days. That is $8.33 per person. When they're not trying to cut these large corporations that they're giving this money to, where they have they're able to buy a desk that's more than most people's yearly income. So you tell me which one makes sense to you. Child care can be $1,200 for one damn kid. Okay, that's more than rent. And a lot of people and a lot of mothers, same thing, which you don't want to give away. You don't want to let them get an abortion or have any type of method to be able to get rid of a child, but you're going to say that she has to pay for child care on her own. Make it make sense for me. So grants and scholarships. A lot of us here in Las Vegas would not have been able to go to college if we did not get the Millennium Scholarship. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me that I'm lying. If you got a FAFSA, or your parents were just rich as hell and you was able to do it, or you weren't just an athlete, or you didn't have the best grades, but you had good grades and you worked hard, and you still did not make the criteria to get these large grants and scholarships, they're taking that away. Women's health, they saying pussies is too costly. That's basically what they're saying, okay? Because they don't want to pay for your birth control. They don't want to pay for you taking leave from work, for maternity leave. They don't want you to get an abortion. They don't want you to. They don't want to do nothing for you. But I'm gonna say it. But there are insurance programs out there that will today cut your ding-a-ling off or give you boobies and you don't have none. Okay, so that's what I don't understand. If as long as it makes sense for the white man, then at that point we are stuck living with what they give us, because we won't push ourselves forward to be able to make sure we are the ones telling them what we want. So that's what I have about that question. And I want you guys to hear me out when I say that, because we are middle class. You are not poor. Black community, you are college educated, trade school certified, small business owner, large business owners. Okay, you are a part of organizations that are able to give you connections. You are not the lower class that don't have an education, that can't get a regular job, that has to take the bottom feeder jobs or anything like that. They're giving all your benefits that you're working and putting your taxes into to them and to the rich. Okay, and when I say to them, I'm talking about the people that don't have anything. And now, don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with a person that has to use the services to be able to get on their feet. I have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is a woman who stays on these programs for the whole entire lifespan, okay, never gets a job, never wants to get anything above a certain amount or they'll lose their benefits. Okay, those people need to learn to have to fend for themselves at least a little, because you're not putting anything into the economy. And a working mother will go to work for 40 hours a week and pay her bills and have $12 to feed her kids, and she can't get any assistance because she's above a certain amount of money that she's making. Okay, so that's that first question. Tell me what you think. Second question was, okay, let me talk to the men. The second question basically was, if abortion and other methods are going to become illegal, men, you have 3 times to be able to say you don't want to get her pregnant. Okay, first one is, I don't want to have sex with you. Second one is, okay, yeah, I want to have sex with you, but I want to have sex with you protected. Are you protected? Are you on the birth control? Why aren't men on birth control? This would work out for all y'all. Think about your child, your 17-year-old amazing football All-American, okay? And then you see this little hoochie that be at school, that be all over your son, and she got his nose wide open because she fast, okay? And now all of a sudden he got a baby. They don't last because, of course, it's puppy love. And now he has to pay this girl, has to pay her for the rest until this child turns 18 or finishes college. So, men, let me ask you a question. Your daughter, okay, is dating a dude you can't stand. All right. She decides, I hate him, daddy. I'm just never going to date him again. And now she's pregnant because he didn't lock her up. Basically said, nuh-uh, I don't care. You ain't going to leave me. And I am legally able to get you pregnant, because if you abort that baby, you're going to jail. So you have three options. You could say, no, I don't want to have sex with you. No, I have sex with you, but I'm going to use protection, or the pull-out method, or whatever else you're using. Third option, before she has to even make that option to be able to say, I'm pregnant, and I either want to keep it or I don't. Men, you know, you've been in a couple of situations with a couple of doulos from down the street that you did not really mess with. You were messing with them under the dark, okay? And then they got pregnant, and now you got an ugly kid running around here, okay? And they got half of her bad traits, and now you're stuck with her. I don't think that you guys are thinking through this, because what I'm hearing is men privilege. And this is, call in, cuss me out, I'll give you a whole 30 seconds to talk. Men privilege is this, okay? And white man privilege is even better, but men privilege is this. You've already been able to have hella kids and run around here and not take care of them. You can get to 15 and then you don't have to pay child support. But she is stuck with that child and that responsibility for the rest of her life, okay? Because it doesn't stop being a parent at 18, at 25, at none of that. So now she has that bear. She has to bear that for the rest of life. And now she has to do that with a dude that she didn't want to be with. Let's go ahead and go back to arranged marriages and closing your damn legs. But the first thing you want to say is she should close her legs. You shouldn't be enticing her to open her legs. Let's point out the obvious here. And that's the biggest issue, is that you can't maintain your dingling. If you can be able to say, you know what, I'm going to stay abstinent so I can get the right woman in my life so I don't end up with none of these doulos. Y'all done already learned y'all lesson. Look at all the women that you done left behind. You should learn that you just not going to find that love of your life right off back. Stop having these extra babies if you're not going to take care of them. It should be illegal. And not just take your license away. No, go to jail, because that's assault. If somebody get me pregnant, okay, and it was a one-night stand, and now I have to keep the child, God damn it, it's assault. I'm not saying rape. I'm saying that you just kidnapped me for the next 18 years. This is imprisonment, okay? If you have a problem, call in, 702-551-5261. I mean, when I say that, I mean that because it's not fair that a man could lock her down. Just like men be like, she having this baby on me and I don't even want the baby. It's so many of those situations coming about, but nobody's thinking about those. All y'all want to think about is, it's women running around here having abortions every week, which I don't know any. I can't name not one chick in none of my circles. And I got circles all around that do that. But I do know dudes that sleep with 4 different women and end up with what they call ghetto twins and everything else, and have no care in the world for how that woman's going to take care of those children, her health, her mental health during this, nothing. And then you talk about, oh, well, the whole generation is messed up because they're raised by women. Well, where the hell is the man? Why does this always fall on us? Do you know what it takes to have a kid? I don't know not one woman that was like, oh, it was just so amazing. It was beautiful. Yeah, we think like that. And then your damn femur bone pops out of joint. And then you get ripped from hole to hole. Let's talk about real stuff. You could not have a baby. Even if you decide to give yourself an implant for a wound, your womb will reject. That womb will reject in your body, because it's going to see it as a fever or some type of infection. Your bones will not open up far enough for that baby to come out. It will shatter your damn pelvis bone. So we are stuck with having your children, okay, being disrespected by you. This whole next generation is going to know that they can be able to disrespect women and still be able to go sleep with men and call them women. Call in. I'm for the shits today, y'all. Let's go. So along with that, I had one other question. That other question went like this. Oh yeah. Back to the abortion. So in China, they limit people to 1 child, or how many children your income can prove you can afford. How many men do you know running around here with no job, living with their mamas, not doing nothing, okay, and still having babies? Let me know. Don't put their name in the comments. Third question was, I don't know if you guys seen it, but Target released a Pride clothes line for children. And I don't have a problem with supporting different genres of life, okay? But it's too much, because on the clothes was the colors on the flag for pedophilia, which is youth attracting people. So it breaks down the colors on YouTube. They broke down the colors, okay? And the biggest problem I have is even the gay community has the same problem. Like, hey, something ain't right about all this additional stuff that we're adding on to us. And the more that you do that, the more division you make within that organization, okay? If you're gay, you're gay. Let's just go blanket it, you know what I mean? But no, we are dealing with this. So Elon Musk actually removed the pedophile flag off of Twitter. He said, we're not doing that here. And that censorship, I agree with. I have to admit, I agree with you, Elon. Call in. 702-551-5261. Elon, I'm waiting on you. Call in. I need a job. And so I just wanted to be able to add those information that to you. If you have any comments or anything, please tag me to your post or whatever you do. I would love to hear what you have to say about those questions. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into local news. Nope. We are going to get into black news, okay? And we're dealing with black news. Nope. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and go into local news. And with local news, before we go into the clip, I want to say that they were working on the budget. Okay. And when they were working on the budget to be able to close that for Friday, which was yesterday, they were talking about AB 520, which is basically making changes to the state's finance budget. Okay. And supporting the support of civil government. That link will be in the chat. Okay. Also AB 522. And that one is to revise related compensation for state employees. Okay. Just to kind of give you guys a clue about that, Lombardo said that for this budget, if they do not give him what is called the school choice program, he is going to veto it. Let's go ahead and talk about what that is. Let's go ahead and go into
the clock is ticking for state lawmakers to pass bills this legislative session. Without a special waiver, every piece of legislation on the table must pass both chambers by 11:59 at night on Friday.
Today, they succeeded in pushing through a bill that would allow terminally ill patients to end their lives. The End of Life Options Act allows doctors to prescribe lethal medication to patients who are dying and in pain. The fate is now in the hands of Governor Joe Lombardo.
But as some bills made it through, others that were scheduled for votes today were pushed back. Among them was Rex's law, which would bring stiffer sentences for reckless drivers. It's now scheduled for tomorrow.
Today, state lawmakers did manage to pass the largest education budget in the state's history, $12 billion. Fox News' Mike Allen talked with two educators' unions about this. Joining us live outside the Clark County Educators Association to show us what he found.
Yeah, I got a couple different responses about this budget, which has a $2 billion increase, or 29% increase from last year.
A 10-figure boost to Nevada's education budget.
That takes us a long way from being at the bottom of the nation in terms of per pupil funding and gets us a lot closer to where we need to be.
Keenan Korth, who represents the Clark County Education Association, is referencing Nevada's bottom 5 standing in terms of per pupil spending. He says this budget will boost that number by 2,000, getting us close to the national average of 12,000.
It's good to see that they're putting additional money in public education, and that's appreciated.
Vicki Kreidel, president of the National Education Association of Southern Nevada, is also happy to see more funding, but she does not quite share Korth's optimistic appraisal of the situation.
Some of that's going to get eaten up in inflation. Some of that's going to get eaten up in operating costs.
She's worried the budget bump might not be enough to address one of the big issues with education in our state.
Nevada is facing a crisis of teacher retention.
Kreidel says that crisis is largely fueled by three things: low teacher salaries.
I don't get paid enough money as an educator to pay my student loans and live a comfortable life.
Inadequate health care for teachers.
It costs us a lot out of pocket. There's a lot of treatments and medications that we can't get through our health insurance.
And school safety.
Schools right now are not safe. They don't feel safe, and they're not safe.
Korth acknowledges there is still more budgetary work to be done, but he says he's happy with where the situation is at the moment.
Education funding doesn't come quickly, doesn't come often, so we're looking to make the most of this opportunity, but we always are going to need more funding in education.
Okay, so if you guys heard what they were doing, just to kind of give you an idea of some of the bills that we're passing, we have SB 442, which certifies out for the, it allows out-of-state educators to come into this state and be certified quicker, okay? Because we are dealing with a shortage of teachers and staff. SB 243 will give harder punishments for people who are stealing the catalytic converters. Okay, so stop stealing stuff off people's car. That is not right. Okay, it is not right. SB 381, landlords are responsible for all requests for maintenance. That means that you should not be paying to fix your air condition. You should not be paying to pull a plumber into your home. They are solely responsible for what happens in the household because it is their house and you are renting. They also have reckless law, which is harder punishment for people who are doing reckless driving. So all those people that's doing the side shows and everything else where y'all are stopping traffic, they are going to put you in jail, okay? And the right to die, which you saw in the video, and that is terminal ill people being able to make the decision that if they don't want to go on, they can take a medication and be able to in their life. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about the bills that they brought to you? Do you think that they actually have anything to do with your community? Can you think of something in your community that was not brought to the table for bills? Okay, put that in the chat. Most definitely. I do want to speak on the fact of when Lombardo, kudos to you. Now, look, I normally don't like you. And it's not because of it's not because of everything. It's because of some stuff that you did. But kudos to you for the budget. To be able to make this budget at $12 billion, boosting it by $2 billion, thank you. Our children deserve it, and they are more than worthy, okay? We have talented children in this community, in this city, in this state, and they are being deprived because the school board has cut the budget every year since 2000. So thank you, Governor, for doing governor shit. I appreciate it. This is something that I can say, this is what he did for our children. We're still not even at where we're supposed to be at an average for all of the states, because it's supposed to be $1,200 per student, okay, or 12, something like that, okay. But what the program that he's also trying to input is school choice program. School choice program allows kids who family are under the poverty line to be able to apply for scholarships and grants to be able to help them with living, and also going, what I'm saying, like what do you call it? Trade schools, colleges, anything like that. so they can be able to live, because that's the biggest issue students have when they get to college and they don't have a scholarship or whatever, or they're coming off a scholarship and still paying. That kid still got to eat every day. That kid has to wash their clothes. That kid has to buy books. That kid has to live somewhere, has to pay bills. And it is hard to be able to stay in school and be in a full-time working, law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, okay? To do all of that, most of them, that's why they fall out, or it takes them so long to be able to graduate, when they can just focus on the task at hand, which is graduating and getting the education and getting the experience of being in these schools. So thank you, Lombardo. Call in 702-551-5261. I'll tell you to your face, thank you. Okay. I want to go ahead and go into, before I do that, y'all know that we have no water. Okay, there's only a little bit of water that we get at Lake Mead. Everybody knows Lake Mead is a man-made lake. It is basically they sectioned off a part of the Colorado River to be able to make sure that we don't drown under the water, and we can use it for energy and everything else that we need here. There are some offenders, okay, in the top 10 offenders for abusing of the water is Mandalay Bay, Venetian, Caesar's Palace, Conway Golf Club, Southern Highlands Community. I think it was Revere's, MGM, Bellagio, the Cosmo, and then Lake Las Vegas. Cut it off, okay? We cut it off. Nobody, when it gets to the point where we don't have water to drink, turn off the faucets, okay? Nobody needs to look at the water. We need that, okay? So call in Mandalay, Venetian, MGM. I need a job. 702-551-5261. I can be your advocate. Let me know. I have a clip in North Las Vegas. Damn, Clark County School District. Every week I got something going on with y'all. Okay, you need to get it together. Okay, so this is Daryl Lancaster, which was actually a retired teacher, okay, who came back for the 22-23 year, working at Joe Mackey Elementary School. Okay, he is accused of acts with a minor and was arrested. Let's go ahead and go into that clip.
News at 5 o'clock. North Las Vegas police arrest a CCSD teacher who reported acts involving a minor. Authorities say 57-year-old Daryl Lancaster charged with 8 counts of lewdness with a minor under 14, 2 counts of luring, and 1 count of child pornography.
Lancaster recently retired but was employed in the 2022-2023 school year as an 8th grade teacher at Joe Mackey Academy up in North Las Vegas.
My son went to Tina? Okay. My son went to Joe Mackey. I went to Joe Mackey in elementary school, and I'm going to open up a story. Okay, so when I was in kindergarten, I was going to Miss Hess. Miss Hess used to come pick me up, and Miss West, they used to come pick me up when my grandmother stopped doing her daycare, which was Little Angels. Okay, and this day she had to drop me off early because she had other kids to drop off. So basically, you just drop me off in front of the kindergarten class. They open up in 5-10 minutes. I should be fine. Well, my silly self decided that it was nobody out there. I was going to walk to my grandma's house, right? I was like, I'm just going to walk over there. Granddaddy will take me to McDonald's, and he'll bring me back. No problem. So I walk home. Okay, I walk to my grandmother's house, and nobody's there. The door is locked. So I start to walk back. It was a man that kept telling me, hey, come here, come here, come here. And I'm like, I ain't coming. So he kept walking up and he was like, hey, come here, because I got this for you. You're supposed to do this. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking, yeah, okay, well, he's an adult and he's telling me to come here. I don't want to be disrespectful, so let me go. This man grabs me by my neck. Okay? Grabs me by my neck. I go limp. Okay, I'm in kindergarten. I don't even know what I'm doing. I go limp. I come up out his hands where his nails scratch into my neck, and I take off. I take off, and I jump the gate at Joe Mackey, and run into where's the multi-purpose room or whatever. I run in there, and the lady's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "This man tried to grab me." Well, when they went out there to go find him, he wasn't there. Okay, but my mom took me to the police department for me to, file a report and everything else. Children, this affected me for my entire life. Okay. Because if I don't see someone and they touch me, I am instantly scared because of the incident I had where I believe this man was going to harm me, and I was in kindergarten. This man had access to children for years before he retired and was only caught for the 22 and 23 school year. I just needed y'all to see his face. His name is Daryl Lancaster. He does have a Facebook page. Okay, so I'm not gonna do the video the clip that I had for Tina, but I want to say rest in peace to Tina Turner, Anime Bullet. I loved watching you. My mom would play your music. I watched your documentary before I saw What Love Got to Do with It. And you are a dynamic woman. I appreciate you being a woman of substance, a woman that was pregnant before she was of age by a grown ass man. Okay. And I bet you if she was not pregnant with Craig, with the drummer or the bass player, I bet you she wouldn't have been with Ike for so long. But I'm just saying, shouts out to Tina Turner. May you rest in peace. Also, we also lost Jim Brown, which was a famous NFL running back and also civil rights and social activist. He was also in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. He was the one that he was working with the dude at the barbecue place, and he was the one with the bunion. And then when they shot him in the bunion, his foot, he was like, "Oh, my bunion," and the toe started growing. That was him. Okay, so shouts out to Jim Brown. We appreciate you, and rest in peace to you too. I do have a clip about a police shooting a little boy, 11-year-old boy, who called the police. He's the one that called the police because his mother was having a situation, and the police shot him. Let's go ahead and go into the clip.
There was a domestic incident at a home, and Michaela Murray was having an argument with an ex-boyfriend. She asked her 11-year-old son to call police. He called police. Darian called police and his grandma. They both showed up, but mom says that when police showed up, that they were aggressive. They were banging on the door and trying to kick the door in. She opened the door. She said guns were drawn. What happened then is that the officer yelled for everyone to come out with their hands up. Her boyfriend ex-boyfriend ran out through the back door and trying to get away. She came out, no problem. She let them know, look, there's kids inside. 911 caller said there was kids inside. Well, her 11-year-old son, Darian, comes around the corner with his hands up, and she says nothing in his hands, unarmed. An officer shot him in the chest. He was taken to a hospital in Jackson, Mississippi. He was receiving oxygen. She says, by the grace of God, he survived.
Of course the police shot him. He's a monster, right? He's a monster. He is a criminal. The police officer felt like he was not safe in that situation for an 11-year-old boy to walk out with his hands in the air and you shoot him. Okay? This is what we're dealing with. And everybody, we so used to this. Let's keep going with all the rest of the stuff. I even found that this morning, I guess yesterday, they found 2 little boys' bodies in the Hudson in New York. Let's keep going. We have Banco Brown's family is going to file a wrongful death lawsuit against Walgreens and also the security company for $25 million. I do have that clip ready to go, but I just want y'all to, we so used to this, right? For our people to be abused and beaten and shot and killed, it's nothing. Let's go ahead and go into the clip.
The wrongful death lawsuit has now been filed following the death of Banco Brown, the suspected shoplifter who was shot and killed after a scuffle with a guard. Civil rights attorney John filed the suit today on behalf of Brown's family. The lawsuit claims the security guard did not need to use deadly force in this suspected shoplifting incident. The suit states Brown was unarmed and that the security guard's life was not in danger.
This is a chance where a decision was made. The decision was made. I don't like what you had to say. And if you said something to me, if you spit at me, we don't really know those things. But none of that were the use of imminent force, the kind of force that would cause a life to feel to be in jeopardy. This was not self-defense.
The lawsuit names the security guard Michael Anthony, the security company that hired him, and Walgreens. San Francisco District Attorney Brooke Jenkins has declined to file charges in the case because she says the evidence shows the guard acted in self-defense.
If you saw the video, it was not self-defense, okay? He hit the hell out that kid, okay? And as a security guard or police officer, I feel like you took this job and knew what it was. You're supposed to de-escalate, not beat somebody because you feel disrespected. Okay, so 25 mil. I hope you get it. I hope you get it. You guys, do you remember the black dude that was talking with Trump them, and Vice President Pence was on the stage, and he was shaking everybody else's hand, and this black man stuck his hand out to shake his hand, and he walked right past him. Disrespectful, but he still stood there like a coon and let them treat him like that. And here he is. So we have a black man running for president. I just want to start with that first. But all kinfolk ain't, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Okay, so Tim Scott, okay, is a black Republican, and he has announced that he's running for president. I am not just going to, I don't care if you just, normally, growing up, I would vote for you because you're black. And I ain't going to lie, that'd be the first thing that comes in my mind, okay? I'd be damned if I vote for you because you are not for us, all right? I want you guys to hear who this man is. Make your own decisions, but I'd be damned he get my vote, okay? So I got a clip for him. Let's go ahead and go into the clip.
1, 2, 3.
Pay attention to all the people that are there supporting him and what shade they are.
This is what the left is famous for doing. They want to weaponize race, not for progress. Not for progress. For power. They are using the issue of race to control the outcome of elections to protect themselves. I oftentimes hear the left weaponizing race whenever they are in the midst of a losing streak. Something racist. Civil War.
He makes my skin crawl, okay? Not me, fool. Do what you do. You got a lot of proving. Hopefully, they don't jump on this bandwagon. People, they are trying to split the black vote, okay? Realize that. They're going to be like, you have conservative values. Yes, but I don't have a conservative candidate that I can vote for because you don't give a damn. That's the problem, okay? Just because of my values don't mean that I'm going to sit back and let you talk shit about my people. And did you hear him say that they're using race as a tool? Well, didn't we white people use it as a tool when they put us in slavery and said that we could not look at white women? That we couldn't drink out of their sinks, that we couldn't buy from them, that we couldn't live in their neighborhoods? Didn't they weaponize it then? But, we weaponizing it because now we're saying that we black and proud and we not going to stand for the stuff and we standing up for each other. Man, get the hell out of here. Call in, Tim. I got a couple of things for you, sir. Tim Scott, This number is 702-551-5261. Call in. I would love to hear your view on what we should be doing in the black community and how we build ourselves up to the point where we don't need the government assistance in our programs. I would love to hear what you have on the agenda to be able to make sure that black business still strives and that middle class is, what are you going to do about middle class? I want to hear what you have to say, and then I'm going to cuss you out about you allowing these people to do you in front of the America and think that we going to put you as our leader. We go stop letting them try to give us our leaders. That's why we have to jump in before we start voting and start nominating. Okay, it's nomination. That's where we need to be at. This election stuff, no problem. Once they get in, that's who we have to pick from. Then we have to pick from trash. Let's nominate some stars. Okay, let's nominate some people that really care about us. Let's go fight our fight. Let's go and not lay down and let nobody do them wrong, and make sure that they respect them and their people. That's who we need to be nominating. Forget about election. Wait until we get who we need in there. Then you will see the difference in what we can be able to get. So with that being said, there are 10 cities that black people are moving away from, and there are 10 cities, the top 10 cities that black people are moving to. Okay, so where they're moving away from, and you say something if you want to, but I kind of see what the problem is. The problem is they're moving away from places that have bad education, violence, economic movement, no jobs, housing, stuff like that. So Chicago, and this is no order, okay? And Chicago, don't feel slighted because I start with you first, but I'm starting with you first. Chicago, LA, Detroit, St. Louis, Cleveland, Jackson, Mississippi, Milwaukee, Baltimore, New York, and Newark. I hope I said that. Said it right. And Philadelphia. Black people are moving in flocks to these cities here in no order. Atlanta, Georgia, of course. Houston, Texas. Dallas, Texas. Minneapolis, Seattle. Las Vegas made the list, and they said that we are the number one for black business starting here in Las Vegas. Okay, come on. Orlando, Florida, Phoenix, Columbus, Ohio, and Charlotte, North Carolina. Take heed. If they treating you like shit, just like those restaurants that you yope and you want to tell them they got 0 stars with you and everything else, start basically yoping and 0 star in these cities that don't care nothing about you. Stop giving your tax dollars to them so they can be able to do what they want with your money. Okay, move somewhere that's benefiting your people and making sure that your household is winning. If everybody got selfish in their vote and starts voting about what is going on in your household, we'll have a better understanding with government and they'll know what the hell we want. Okay, so those are my that is black news for today. Okay, really. Okay, quickly. DeSantis said that he would actually vote to pardon the January 6 people and Trump. Also, damn, I had a whole nother video I wanted y'all to hear about this debt and what they're doing with that, but hit me later, okay? I had a lot more to talk about, y'all. Next week, we on. So go ahead and know that if you see somebody out there grinding, let them know you see them shining. I love you guys. I'll see you next Saturday at 10 a.m. so we can talk this shit in politics. Have a good day.
When they shower, scream and fight the power. That's when the vulture devours. If I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president,
Rainbow Dreams Educational Foundation presents the 22nd annual Las Vegas Juneteenth Festival, Saturday, June 17th from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Expo at World Market Center. Join us and celebrate Juneteenth Freedom Day as we welcome R&B diva 702 back to Sin City to perform their biggest hits. This event is free to the public. You heard us, free. For more information, visit us online at June19lv.com. That's June19lv.com, powered by Zappos.